Hello, Interverse. Hello, YouTube, DTube, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, wherever you may be. Steam it well, shares. I love you all. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Crypto G here, coming at you with another Lightworks video tutorial. I have been playing around with titles in Lightworks, and I thought I would give you a quick demonstration over what you could do. I was fairly impressed with the flexibility of the titles within Lightworks. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm going to just create a project. I'll just call it titles. Oh, that was my mess around, wasn't it, down there? I'll call this titles _tutorials tutorial 1. How about that? I'm going to have a frame rate of 25 and create. Okay, then I'm going to just bring in my, this here. Okay, so we've got this footage of, I believe it's New Delhi here. Quite simple footage. There we go. So that's jerking around a little bit because I record the screen. So if you remember, we go to edit. Actually, have I imported? Sorry, I didn't even make sure I imported. Yes, I did. I double clicked, import, edit. Obviously, it wouldn't be in there if I hadn't. Okay, and we're going to drag that down there. Well, let's just zoom in a bit to make the clip a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we're going to go straight to our VFX tab. I'm going to just make this timeline a little bit bigger. Okie dokie. So first things first, we right click on the tab on the video, and we go down to I'm just going to show you straight text first of all. Let's just show you that. Okay, so we go all the way down to text, and we can go to titles. Okay, so we got some sample text here. As you can see, we've got the control over to the left. We can call it whatever we want. Let's just call that New Delhi titles. Okay. We can change the font, of course, we've got a good choice of fonts there. And of course, we can either change the position just simply by clicking over and dragging, or we can come over here on the left to the position tab, and just like when we're keyframing, we can use X and Y. And of course, you can use keyframes there by just simply activating them, telling Lightworks that you want to keyframe and using keyframes. We're not going to do that at the moment because we're not concentrating on that. If you're interested in seeing my keyframing video, I can leave that link below. Okay, so then we've got leading. Yes, leading is actually, let me show you what leading is. Leading is the space left between paragraphs. Okie dokie. And yeah, there we go. You see, so you can either have it right bunched up there, or just, makes it nice and easier to read. Okay, so and we can give it that a shadow. We can give that whatever color shadow we want. Give that an angle. Hang on, let's click over there. And obviously we're enabling it there. And as you can see, as I click on and off, that's on, that's off. And that just gives it a bit of a sort of, not exactly 3D, but yeah, a bit of an embossed feel, shall we say. A bit of an embossed feel. So as you can see, you've got quite a lot of control. If you have a look in these, you've got the effects, you can have them fade in and out, At the end, you can have a little typewriter effect if you want. I'll just hit play. There we go, New Delhi titles, leading is a space left between paragraphs. Okay, that's a bit jerky. Sometimes these things are a bit jerky. It might be a bit jerky for you. It kind of needs to render out. For me, I think it's jerky because I'm recording the screen. Yeah, it is. I know that when I'm not recording the screen, that's nice and smooth. Okay, so that's one way of titles, and you know, I definitely recommend them because, like, you see, you've got a lot of stuff that you can just play around with and see if it works or not, or see if it works for you, I should say. Okay, I'm going to remove those titles now. I go up to this removed. That remove would be the video. The top remove in effects, and I've removed the effect. Okay, so now I'm going to add, because obviously that title there, those were just white letters against footage, and even if I change them to black letters or red letters or whatever, it's generally not good practice to have letters on live footage like that. You know, you can do it. There are some scenarios where you want to do it, but you know, I mean, especially if you're subtitling or you know, having people's job titles in interviews below, you should always have some kind of background because it makes it easier for the viewer, and you know, you're not going to annoy the people you're trying to get to watch your video. Okay, so I'm just going to come here to the effects. I'm going to go to add, and I'm in matte here, and we go to corner gradients. Ah, where's the video gone? Don't worry, it's behind there. We can in fact unfold. I'll show you this quickly. I wanted to show you this a bit later, but I'm going to show you quickly. I'm going to go unfold, and as you can see, the FX layer, FX1, is on top of the video layer, and if you remember from a previous tutorial, we only see what's on top. So we can come down here and we can take it right down like that. We can take it right down like that, and we can change the colors. You know, we can change the colors to what we want. You might want something a bit more even. Hang on, look, so there we go. So maybe you just want two tones. Oops, sorry, not two. Yeah, there we go. We can sample that color, you see, just by clicking on the color picker, and we can sample. So now we got two tones. And then we can put some titles on top of that. So I'm going to bring my text back in, actually. Add. I'm going to go to my favorites. It just makes it easier. Titles. There we go. And come back down here, and we can put sample text on there. I could change the color. Where are we? Yeah, change the color. Let's just change it to red. There we go. Okay, so I could do that, and that's, you know, that's okay. That's not bad, and that might be an effect that you like. And obviously it'll make it a lot easier to read, but sometimes it's kind of nice, you know, this kind of has its place, this kind of effect, and sometimes it's kind of nice to be able to see behind. So I'm going to just turn off these effects rather than get rid of them like I did last time. Close them down, and just show you another way. Right click on the video track, not the effects track, go up to add. I'm going to close my favorites. I'll close that down, and we'll go to, oh no, sorry, close down stylize. Go back to text, and now we can go to gradients RH text. Now you see, now we've got a background, and we have got full control over all of the text within that. And of course, we've got full control over the background itself. So I'll just close that, I'll just minimize the heading and subheading, and we look at the gradient fill. We can change we've got a couple of colors. A gradient means it just goes from one color to the other. Let's go, I don't know, let's go blue. There we go. There we go, blue. And then the extent is the extent that you feel that effect, or sorry, how high up it goes. So we can have it, you know, right over the screen or right down. And then when you've got that right, obviously you can then change the positions of your text. And just like before, add shadow, you know, essentially do what you want, change the color of the shadow, and there we go, just like before. Okay, but now at least we have something that is a little bit more legible. I probably wouldn't make that gradient blue. I'd probably make it grey. It's kind of my default go-to. I'd kind of make that a bit more, oops, make that a bit more greyish. And of course, as you can see here, yeah, pink, yeah, I'd make that darker. But as you can see here, we've also got hex codes. So you can, you know, you can go off the internet and you can get various colors. You can just Google the hex codes for various colors or use the color picker. You know, I know that FFF, for instance, is white. And you can add in that way. Yeah. So that's another one. Let's turn these off. And then, like, just lastly, quickly, I just want to show you last one. Okay, is that all gone? Yep. Right. And then we're going to go add again. Where are we? LH box. And so LH box, again, that's a lot more kind of formal, and you've got full control over all of these. Yeah, you've got full control. So I would really mess about with these and have a go. Look, there we go. We've got the shape there. We've got the opacity, so you can take down, you know, this is probably what I'd use rather than the gradient myself. That's kind of my preference. You know, I'd kind of, oops, what have I done there? I've changed where it is, sorry. I would, yeah, there we go. I would do something like that. I love keyframing these things, so I would probably keyframe out so that as the titles came out, just roll along like that. That's kind of nice. We can do that in another tutorial because this video is getting a bit long at the moment. So there you go. You've got full control with titles, and they really are quite nicely done. I was sort of messing about thinking, oh, how do you get some nice titles? Look for the shapes, look for the mats, and there you go. You've got quite a lot. The only thing I would probably, my only bugbear with this is that once you're sort of on, you know, you got your titles and color gradients, and the amount of effects that you can stack up and then change individually seems to be a little bit limited. However, you know, it's all good. Okay, the video might have just jumped there a little bit. I was just checking out in edit really quickly because I hadn't before about changing the length of the effects track, the titles track, to determine where it comes in. Essentially, you have to use, you know, if you want it to come in at certain places, then, you know, you simply have to use keyframes. All right, and you simply do that by activating them and then putting in keyframes. But like I said, I'll do another video for that to keep this short. Okay, so there we go. That's a quick crash course on how to add titles, subtitles, headings. Oh, there's one more that I wanted to show you actually. So I'm going to quickly add the, where are we? Right info pane gradient, which I quite like. And that's quite nice as well. So, and obviously you've got all of your subheadings in one box here, as you can see here on the left, all of your subheadings, your main heading here, which obviously again you can type absolutely what you want, and obviously you can return that to get that onto different lines. Same with the information, and yeah, it's quite a nice little, and yeah, same with the gradients. You can change the color and change its position. Actually, you can't. Oh yeah, you can change its position. You can change its extent, rather, how much it bleeds out into the screen. Okay, so that's it. I'll let you guys go. Have fun messing about with titles, and Crypto G out.